What's up, guys? Your boy Benny. If you have lived through the last 5 years, you have lived through the largest bucket of lies that has ever been poured onto any group of people ever, whether it be the integrity of the election, whether it be COVID-19 and where it comes from and what it's all about, whether it be Joe Biden's mental state, the fact that Joe Biden is handicapped and that Joe Biden can't function, which is made evidently clear whenever he is in front of any cameras anywhere, whenever he's live, which is why, of course, they don't let Joe Biden go in front of cameras without a massive teleprompter and without a giant ripcord, okay, to yank him back. This is the fastest, most perverse, most damaging series of lies that has ever been told to the American people. Every single 6 months, there is a massive lie that is exposed that was told on a corporate level, on a institutional level to you. And now they're all the lies are crumbling. And people are losing audiences. People are losing viewership. People are losing faith, obviously, in the media. And people are losing faith in the institutions, of course, that lie to them. And this is the correct consequence of people who have abused the trust in systems. And this is why, in times like these, it is very important to look to people who haven't ever lied to you or people who've been honest with you. And this is why Tucker Carlson is going particularly viral from across the ocean in Australia. Joe Biden's dementia is seen from 10,000 miles away. Joe Biden, Tucker Carlson's in Australia right now, giving a series of lectures. Tucker Carlson's response to the debates got 50 million views. That's more than any response I've seen from anyone else. Got 127,000 likes, 35,000 retweets. So the question remains, ladies and gentlemen, why? Why did this go so viral, this clip of Tucker Carlson? And more importantly, why are people seeking out Tucker Carlson in this moment? And the reason why is that Tucker Carlson has spent his entire life as a reporter and a journalist, and he's particularly well-sourced in all of this. I know, as a matter of fact, that Tucker Carlson's neighbor for years was Hunter Biden. Tucker Carlson lived inside of one of these fancy La Tata neighborhoods where all of the people who are calling all of the shots inside of the Biden regime all live. Their children play together, they know each other, and so Tucker Carlson gets scoops like this from an unusually good source. And that you would have to assume that that's somebody maybe inside of the White House or from Barack Obama's camp right now, given the fact that Tucker Carlson, again, lived in the neighborhood where all of those people resided. Obama's tweet supporting Joe Biden was disingenuous because Obama had to send out some pablum tweet saying, "I like Joe Biden." In private, Obama's telling people that Biden can't win and therefore is in favor of an open convention. Obama won't say who he supports, nor as of yesterday afternoon has he met personally with Joe Biden to deliver the message. Relations between the Obamas and the Bidens have never been warm. At times they've been hostile. Recently they've deteriorated further due to Jill Biden. In the hours and days after the debate, she kept her husband cloistered away from anybody who might convince him to drop out. Jill Biden is the driving force behind her husband's re-election campaign, just as she was in 2020, while other members of the family, including Jill Biden's sister Val, considered him too impaired to run. The next generation of potential Democrat candidates understands this, and they're all circling. Tucker Carlson, of course, going viral for saying effectively this about Jill Biden in the address that he gave in Australia.
And then people are like, what? No. So they had to go to Joe Biden, and he actually became the nominee and then somehow became the president. But it was obvious the whole time that he had no idea where he was, and that it was cruel, and that his grasping, horrible wife who poses as a doctor was pushing this so she could go to state dinners. And everyone knew this. There's not one person who didn't know this.
Man, he's so right about Jill Biden. Everybody just is turning on Jill Biden. Everybody just hates Jill Biden. Why would Jill Biden be prepping for the G7? Look at this. Look at her with a giant briefing binder. Prepping for the G7, she says, as she sits at the president's desk with a presidential seal on the coat behind her. Look at this. What kind of first lady has ever behaved like this? What a monster. What a witch. I've said it so many times. Tucker Carlson has continued with a series of very interesting posts on X, long form, which he normally does not do. This must be something that he's doing because he is in Australia, and maybe because he's wanting to get this information out there. Biden is done. bet on it. Too many prominent Democrats have suggested he's brain damaged. They can't walk that back. The only question is when. If they're smart, they'll do it immediately. Kamala Harris is going to be the nominee. She might as well be the president first. That leaves the question to Trump and his sentencing. Biden's collapse makes it much more perilous moment than it was. At this point, Trump is not just the Republican candidate. He's effectively the presumptive president. If you're going to put him in jail, it better be for a very serious crime that everybody agrees he committed. Otherwise, you risk destroying the system completely and forever. We're in legitimate danger. Democrats need to pull back, Tucker Carlson says. With a follow-up, a quick follow-up, all this nonsense you read about how only Biden can make the decision to leave is absurd. It's not how the Democrat Party works. No individual is more important than the collective. That's the whole point of the party. And Biden, in this specific case, he's got no constituency in Washington. Ron Klain and 85-year-old Ted Kaufman benefit directly from his presidency, but it's a small group. The rest of the city has no loyalty to Biden. They don't care about him. They've never taken him seriously. Any president works for them as long as he's a Democrat. It's never personal with these people because the individual doesn't matter. So Tucker Carlson laying groundwork effectively for what has just happened. Okay? It's literally happening. I read you all that to say that these things happen quickly. Okay? They happen very, very slowly, then quickly. All right? So Tucker Carlson's been chirping about what's happening behind the scenes, talking about his sources, and then lo and behold, what has been projected and telegraphed to us by articles like this one about how you need to watch Nancy Pelosi. This was way before the debate this article was published. How you must watch Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi is the number one defender of Joe Biden. You have to watch Nancy Pelosi. And how does she respond? Will Nancy Pelosi turn on Joe Biden because she's been such a stalwart, again, defender? And then what do we have? After Tucker lays down this sort of groundwork for how the party, operates, and that Joe Biden is finished, we have this clip from Nancy Pelosi saying, yeah, it's time to question Joe Biden if he has a condition.
Right, and to pass, so he has a vision, he has knowledge, he has judgment, he has a strategic thinking and the rest, he has a bad night. Now, again, I think it's a legitimate question to say, is this an episode or is this a condition?
Is this a condition? That is not the way that you talk about somebody who you want to be the next president of the United States and the oldest president in American history. And now Democrats are beginning to now officially call for Joe Biden to drop out of the race. Democrat Dodgett has now officially said, I'm hopeful that Joe Biden will make the painful and difficult decision to withdraw. I respectfully call on him to do so. So now Democrats are now openly calling, this is now open panic, openly calling for Joe Biden to quit the race. Democrat calls for Biden to quit. This is a sitting Democrat. He's in Congress right now. And this is somebody who clearly has to ask permission to even go pee-pee in the little boys' room. All these Democrats do. You're toast. Dude, if you lose Nancy Pelosi and you lose the donor class, Tucker's so right here. Look at this. Mega donors are now saying that they lied to us systematically over the years. Given the stakes, it's unforgivable. It's unconscionable. These are Democrat mega donors. This is an entire party that has to operate on dark money from billionaires. So when one or two billionaires say stuff like this, you're finished. Key Democrat donors threaten to pull plug if Biden doesn't resign. Furious party insiders reveal worst fears about ailing president. How stupid do they think we are? The Democrats are now turning on Biden. We've enabled the situation. Dems turn on Biden's inner sanctum post-debate. The inner sanctum is, of course, Lady Macbeth, right there in the shower curtain. Look at her. LARPing as a legitimate family in America. Sirens blare as Biden campaign. Trump inches ahead in state GOP hasn't won in 24 years. That would be New Hampshire. And also in New Mexico, there's a poll out today showing that Donald Trump is tied with Joe Biden in New Mexico. Donald Trump's ahead in New Jersey as well. Bad Dr. Jill Biden doesn't give a damn about America or her husband. She'll humiliate him until he can no longer take any more because she knows what will become of her next. Yeah. Hopefully a full-scale criminal investigation into elder abuse. What a witch. You know what? It's great to see these people get what's coming to them, though. It's great to see him, the humiliation. Post-debate poll on CNN shows Donald Trump's up 6 points. Oh, joy. Yeah. Biden does the worst of any Democrat in this poll, notably including Harris, which is a new trend since the debate. Wow. Hard to do, says Nate Silver, the darling of Democrat pollsters. Trump beats everybody else in the poll. Trump beats every single Democrat in the poll. You can't undo this. You can't unsee the debate. Donald Trump's team, of course, elated and ecstatic. And the palace intrigue continues. Jake Tapper here saying that Democrat governors are holding secret calls behind the scenes, behind Joe Biden's back, and with no White House staff invited. So, what does that say? What it says, ladies and gentlemen, is you should tune in to real sources of news and information, and not the liars who got us here. These liars are despicable, and now that it's all crumbling down, it'll be so exciting to just bring the entire diseased church right down on everyone's head. And we are here for it. Like, share, and subscribe. Buckle up. It's going to be a wild next couple months. See ya.